how to communicate so people actually pay attention and listen to you. Now, what do I always say? In my 6 years of experience in marketing communications, what I've learned is that great communication is only 20% words and 80% understanding the person you're talking to. So the first step is to understand the listener. And I'm not talking about surface level understanding. I say dig deeper. Understand people better than they understand themselves. So first of all, I will teach you how to understand people deeply. And this will take a couple of minutes, so pay attention. It's really important. Now, to understand people, start with demographics first. This includes a person's age, gender, nationality, race, then there's education. Do they have a college degree? Do they have a PhD? Or did they drop out of high school? Then there's income and then occupation. What's their occupation? Do they work full-time or part-time? Are they employees or business owners? So knowing these things really helps. And then there's relationship status. So are they single, married, or living with a partner, or just casually dating? After this, move on to psychographics. Understand their pain points, what they're frustrated about, their personality, how they naturally think, feel, and behave, values, what they believe is important in life, beliefs. These are their deeply held convictions. They could be religious, political, or philosophical. And then opinions. You have to know their opinions. You have to know their current stances on various topics. And then there are cultural norms. So these are the social rules and expectations they live by. And finally, understand their behavioral patterns. This includes their habits, hobbies, routine. Like what time do they wake up? What do they do when they wake up? Do they eat breakfast or go straight to work? So knowing their routine really helps. Then there's lifestyle. This is to map how someone lives. For example, some people's lifestyle is very fitness oriented. So they hit the gym, they eat healthy food, they sleep early. And then some people may have a late night party lifestyle. They socialize a lot, they stay up late, they drink a lot. So you need to know someone's lifestyle. You need to know how they live. All right. So this is what I mean when I say understand people really, really deeply. Gather as much information as you can before you speak to them. Because the more information you have about someone, the easier it would be for you to choose the right words when you speak to them. Which takes me to the next step. Choose the right words. Once you truly understand the person in front of you, your words stop being random. They become precision tools. You're no longer just talking. You're speaking in a way that lands where it needs to. And this is where most people mess up. They speak from their own perspective, using their language, and then wonder why no one listens. The secret here is to flip it. Speak from the listener's perspective instead of your perspective. This means use terms, examples, and references they can relate to. Also, match the tone they're most receptive to. So some people like a calm tone while others may prefer an energetic tone. Some people prefer a formal tone while others like it casual, right? So you also need to know the tone they prefer. And when you do this, you're not forcing people to listen to you. You're making it impossible for them to not listen. Okay, now just a quick recap before we jump into examples. To ensure people listen to you when you talk, you need to follow 2 steps. Step 1, understand people deeply. Step 2, choose the right words. And by right words, I mean the words that a particular type of person is most likely to resonate with. Great, now let's discuss some examples. So now I'll discuss how to explain the same message to different target audiences, okay? The core message is, you should drink more water. Now watch how it changes depending on who you're talking to. So if you're talking to a male athlete who is almost as old as you, say, dude, if you hydrate properly today, your muscles will recover faster and you'll crush tomorrow's workout. And if you're speaking to a young woman who's focused on beauty, say, if you up your water intake, your skin could look fresher and healthier in a week. Now, if you're talking to a busy office worker, say, hey, if you keep a bottle at your desk, it will help you avoid that 3 p.m. energy crash. And if you want to convey this message to a parent, say, drinking more water will give you the energy to keep up with the kids after school. And if you're talking to a female senior citizen, just say, hey grandma, more water means more energy for you and more cool stories for me to hear. So in each of these examples, you may have noticed how I modified the same message, keeping the target audience's age, gender, personality, etc. in mind. For instance, with this male athlete example, I know what his strategic interests are. He wants to grow his muscles, get stronger, and look better. So I made sure that I somehow made the message about him and not just about drinking water. And that brings us to the end of the video. Once again, to ensure people listen to you when you speak, first understand them deeply and then choose the right words. Make it about them, not you. And I know I've discussed many examples already in the video, but if you have any more examples, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to become a better communicator, subscribe to this channel now. I'll see you in the next video.